In last video, I talked about core module introduction. In this video, I'll talk about our first core module, which is path module. To use path module, first of all, we have to import this path module. So let's import the path module first. I will declare the module name as path. So let path is equals to require, then the module name. In this case, module name is path. Basically, it's a default export, so no matter the name of the module, it can be XYZ, it can be anything else you may wish. So let's set a convenient name. In this case, this is path. If you console this path module, then you can see it's an object. So console this path, save the file, run the file, node app.js. You can see this path is an object. If you do type of path, save the file, run the file again, node app.js, you can see this path module is an object. Well, within this path object, there are many properties and methods. If you break down this path module, then it looks like this. For example, path is equals to resolve is a method, and this method may take some parameter. For example, param1, param2, like so. And this method is already defined within this path module, and we just call them. For example, another property which is delimiter, which is a string, and it is also defined by Node.js, like so xyz. Basename, it is another property of this path module, which is another method of that path module. It is also already defined by Node.js. Params. So I hope you make sense what I mean you. Alright, let's see some path module property and method. First of all, I'll analyze the file path. For that, let's declare a variable. I'll set the variable name as myPath. Let myPath is equals to, if you want to find out your file path in VS Code, then right click of your file, then copy the file path, then set a double quote or single quote, then paste the file path here. But one point keep in your mind, Windows and Linux or Mac operating system file path is different. For example, Windows support backslash like this, but Mac or Linux, I mean Unix operating system, support / like this, and Node.js also support /. So you have to change all backslash to /. So let's change all backslash to / from the path. Now it will work fine. After that, I'll take another variable which is parsed path. This path module provides us a method which is parse. So I'll call this method. This method takes a path string as parameter. Now I'll pass here this myPath string. Now I'll console this parse path variable. Now save the file, clear the terminal, again run the file, node app.js. We can see this parse path method returns as an object. Within this object, we got root property. In our case, root is c:/. If you are a Mac or Linux user, then in your case, root is only /. Then within this object, we got another property which is dar. This dar means directory. This directory value is a file directory path string. Then we got basename property, which value is file name with extension. Then we got ext property. Ext means file extension. In our case, it is .js. And finally, name property. In our case, name is app. Alright, but if you wish, then you can get file path directory or base name or extension or file name value separately. So let's see how to get defined values separately. For example, I'll declare a variable, let dar name. This path module provides us a dar name method to get file directory. So I'll call this dar name method. This method expects a path string as parameter. So I'll pass here my path, and this method return directory path string. Now I'll console this dir name. Now save the file, run the file, node app.js. You can see this is file directory. If you want to know file extension from a path, then this path module provides us extname method. So let extension is equals to path.extname. This method also expects a path string as parameter. Now I'll pass here my path here. This method return file extension value. Now console this extension, save the file, run the file, node app.js. We can see we got .js file extension. To get file base name from a path, then this path module provides us base name method. So let base name is equals to path.basename. This method also expects path string as parameter. So I'll pass here my path string. This base name method return file base name. So console this base name, save the file, run the file, node app.js. We can see file base name is app.js. So I hope you make sense about path module. If you want to learn more about path module, then you may read Node.js official documentation. For that, go to browser, search here nodejs.org, then go to docs, then visit LTS version. Here LTS means long-term support version. Then scroll down. Here you can see path. Now click here. You can see there are many other properties and methods within this path module. If you click to dir name, then you can see detailed view of dir name method. You can see path.dirname is a method and it expects path string as parameter. So that's all about path module, and that's all for this lecture. I'll see you in next video.